What's up, guys? It's Clown Fighter here. Guys, today I'm just going to be breaking down this interview that Don Charles has had. And guys, there's a lot of stuff I want to cover in this interview now. For those of you who don't know, Don Charles is Daniel Dubois' trainer. Now, before the fight, a lot of stuff was made out. A lot of rumors were going around. A lot of people talking a load of shite about this guy. And I rate this guy highly. He's done a few interviews recently. I will be covering them all and I'll be giving you my take. But this is the man behind Daniel Dubois that helped Daniel Dubois beat Anthony Joshua. For me, excellent type of guy. The way he conducts himself, the way he speaks. I'm a fan of the guy. But I just want to break it down, guys, and just do an analysis on this guy and give you my insight. So you're definitely going to want to watch all this in full. And let me get straight into it, guys, without messing about.
Fox Nation, I'm at the beautiful Pug Farm. Can we call it that, Don?
Yes. Pug at the farm gym.
So guys, I don't want to keep stopping the video, but I do want to break it down. So I've done a video on my channel, guys, where Daniel Dubois, Don Charles and his father are training in this gym. If you look behind him, guys, you can see woodwork. These guys trained for Anthony Joshua in a barn on a farm. They isolated themselves. The mentality was just totally different. There's a don't want to say chilling video, but it will give you a bit of shivers down your spine. I'll put it here. Make sure you check my video how these guys put a mastermind genius plan together and how they work to destroy Anthony Joshua. His dad, his father, Daniel Dubois' father, sat ringside every session and he was just saying Daniel Dubois is going to beat Anthony Joshua in front of 100,000 people because it was written. These guys cultivated this thing to happen. So I just want to break it down and give you my breakdown on this guy, because a lot of you probably don't know Don Charles. He's been in the game for a while as well. He used to be Derek Chisora's trainer. He hasn't got credit over the years, but right now I think he should be tipped for the best trainer of the year, in my opinion. But let's carry on.
Exactly that. You just kindly picked me up from the station, and as we were driving into the farm, we could see the Wembley Stadium arch. And you told me that Daniel was looking at that every day in camp, visualising what was going to happen. Just talk to me about that, Don.
Yeah, basically, I'm a strategist. I read books that I've read in the past, The Art of War, and there's so many ways. It's not just about going to the war front and everybody getting shot. You don't necessarily win wars like that. It's about meticulous planning. Yeah.
This guy, man, this guy is a genius. Him and his father, guys, you don't understand what he's actually saying. Some people, it's going to run through their heads. But if you don't know what The Art of War is, guys, it's a book, and I highly recommend you reading that book. It gives you strategies, guys, how to win against your opponent. Let the opponent think you're a dumbo. Let the opponent think you can take 40 right hands, one after the other. Let everyone cuss you. Let everyone say, you're going to get knocked out in 6 rounds. You're going to be in hospital. The Art of War is you catch your enemy slipping and then you take his heart. The same way Daniel Dubois and his team took Anthony Joshua's heart. They ripped it from his chest, snatched it. A lot of people are emotional after that fight, but these guys weren't locked in. They had a goal. They were going to do it and they executed it. I'm very intrigued with this man and Daniel Dubois' father. So just, guys, subscribe to my channel. I'll be looking at this analytical stuff. My channel's a little bit different to a lot of people. I do cover the general boxing, combat sports, UFC, but I love to delve deep into the mindset and the psychology of how people strategized and got a victory over Anthony Joshua, because it is actually a lot deeper than you might think.
There's a lot of planning that goes into winning any battle. So you could have the finest soldiers in the world, and then you have people who are not as trained in terms of soldiers, or you don't have the equipment, and they'll beat the people who've got the equipment because of planning, meticulous planning. So you asked me a question regarding the Wembley Arch. It's what you're referring to.
Just before it covers the Wembley Arch, just look at the type of things he's saying. He's saying someone might be equipped with all the tools. Like, if you look at AJ, the guy looks like a specimen. He's got power. He can throw right hands. The guy's basically a beast, let's be honest. And people are saying he's got all the tools to beat Daniel Dubois. But if you're not trained right, and if you ain't planned, a guy who might not have the exact same attributes as you, don't get me wrong, Daniel Dubois has a lot of power. His boxing IQ or whatever, people said he might not have that. He might be a bit slower. He's just like a brute force. That's it. That's all Daniel Dubois is. But if you've got the right training and the right strategy, there's ways you can go through people that think they got everything. The best trainer, Ben Davis, and blah blah blah. And there's strategy behind this, guys. And I just love the way this guy explains it.
So when we first came to view this farm, because there's already an established gym here, which is called the Farm Gym. It's been here for the last 8 years. It's a family that run it, the Lewis family.
Just bumped into them.
Oh, you did, yeah. Exactly, with the dogs, and so Reese, the son of Gary, the farmer, who runs this joint. So we were using this place for the S&C. It's like a strength and conditioning gym, and we've been using it with our boxers in the past to do their S&C. Then I asked them a question: can you please let me use one of your barns to convert into a boxing gym? And they thought about it, and we came to an agreement, because normally we go abroad to do camps, and the whole thing about being in this environment, the tranquility, the peace you get when you come here every day. So when Daniel comes here every day, as you can imagine, first you can't miss it. The Wembley Arch is, as far as the eye can see, you can see it there just every day. Imagine, not just Daniel, every member of our team, you know, you can't miss it. So as part of the attraction of being here, coincidentally, that we're fighting in Wembley, you know, it's just one of those coincidences.
So basically, Daniel used to, before he used to train, I've heard a few of the videos, he used to be able to see the Wembley arches, and someone said he would stand there for a good half an hour or so, just visualizing what he's going to do on that day. And where they're training on a farm, guys, just in the middle of nowhere, obviously they converted it into a gym, into a barn, into like a gym. And look how they got that wooden works on the wall and stuff, man. It's like your typical gym probably has a lot of people that go there, boxing gym, and it works for some people, but sometimes you need to isolate, get away from all the noise, all the people that are saying crap about you. Just isolate yourself from those people, put the work in, and then on the day show them. Daniel Dubois didn't let no external influence infect him in this fight. Daniel Dubois didn't even know. There are situations in the press conference where AJ goes to Daniel Dubois. You know what I'm saying, Dan?
At the press conference, I just feel like you should never let anyone take an inch, because I'll end up taking a mile. You know what I mean, Dan? Sorry?
And Daniel looked at him and goes, sorry? And people thought, oh, Daniel Dubois is slow, he didn't catch what he's saying. No, guys, he's not slow. He's just not interested in bullshit. He's just his own sort of man. He doesn't spend a lot of time on social media, the internet. He's a guy that people should be these days. Everyone's online. But Daniel Dubois is like a reserved type of guy. And it's difficult to beat someone like that, guys. When there was a situation where Derek Chisora was asking Daniel Dubois in the fight, look at me, while he was doing an interview. And Daniel Dubois' eyes were wandering everywhere.
Say congratulations, because the last time I spoke to you was Alexander Usyk, and we spoke and you said, would I ever be a world champion? I said, if you work hard, you will be. Look at me, Daniel. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Look at me, brother.
Got it.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, look at me. Yeah, thank you.
Come on.
But now you're a world champion, IBF. I'm proud of you, bro. And congratulations, because I was there in Saudi when you won it. You know, there was loads of politics, but in my eyes, you're a world champion right now.
Well, we have the
So, yeah, you got a belt. So, how does this fight go?
How does this fight go?
Yeah.
Bombs away. Tune in on Saturday.
Bombs away, tuning on Saturday.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the reason that Daniel Dubois wasn't really giving a fuck what Derek Chisora was saying is because Derek Chisora kind of predicted that he would get knocked the fuck out by AJ. And Daniel Dubois was kind of like, in his own way, like, I don't really give a fuck what you got to say. And then Daniel Dubois' eyes are wandering all over the shop. Derek Chisora goes to Daniel Dubois. Daniel, I'm here. Like he's a kid. Like he's dumb. And Daniel Dubois goes, oh, there you are, yeah. But I was laughing. I was like, yo, Daniel Dubois is like, not even trying, but yo, Chisora's getting mocked. AJ's getting mocked. The shit he was doing, he wasn't trying to do it. It just happened. That's just Daniel Dubois being Daniel Dubois. And sometimes, guys, it comes around what goes around, what comes around, innit? So let's carry on.
And it's a beautiful thing. And like I said, it's about meticulous planning. The environment really helped us with the prep for this fight.
Well, this is the environment that had Daniel Dubois in the absolutely correct frame of mind. He was focused. When I came in a couple of weeks ago into this gym for that media day with Daniel, he was very switched on, focused, business-like, which he was on Saturday night, but very relaxed. He wasn't tense, he wasn't nervous, and I think that was one of the public's biggest questions in this magnitude of fight. 98,000 people at Wembley Stadium. How is he going to handle himself? But this place, yourself, whoever it was around him, and obviously inside Daniel's mind, he got everything bang on from the moment he started camp to the moment he ring walked and left that ring on Saturday.
Correct. I mean, like I said, when you're looking at Wembley every day for the duration of the camp, 13-week camp, so you're looking at it every day. Then when you actually get there, you know what, I've been here before, I've seen it from a distance, but I'm actually here now. So it's not just one thing, it's a combination of different elements that aid you, to equip you to go and do the job ahead.
You became the biggest talk sort of around fight week because you weren't there, you were ill. People were concerned, oh look, Don's not around, it's only during the fight week, he'll be there on fight night, but still, how's that going to affect Daniel? To be fair to Daniel, he was relaxed. He was in the same mode that I saw him a couple of weeks ago. He was, again, switched on and focused, but as I said, he was always calm and he was quite good to be around, actually, Daniel Dubois. But let's just address your absence from fight weeks, because there was some wild theories and rumours going around, Don.
Alright guys, definitely check my videos out on a lot of this stuff, because there was a lot of rumours going on around before the fight that Daniel Dubois' trainer Don Charles had split up with Daniel Dubois. He doesn't like Daniel Dubois, they don't get on, and a lot of this stuff was coming from one guy in particular. You know who you are. I'm gonna fucking mention your name right now. Spencer fucking Fearon, guys. This guy is the lowest of the lowest guy I've seen in the boxing fucking community. I didn't know a person like this could exist. I've already exposed this guy in a 3-part series. He claimed that Don Charles didn't like Daniel Dubois. They had a falling out and they were not together. On top of that, he went further. He said Daniel Dubois is going to get knocked out by AJ. He's too slow. He's nonchalant. On top of that, he spread this big rumour that Daniel Dubois' father does black magic, juju. And guys, this guy was chatting so much shite. I'm done with that chapter, guys. I'm hoping that Spencer Fearon shuts his mouth and he doesn't say anything more, because I'm sick and tired of exposing that guy. I've already done it. Make sure you check my breakdown, part 1 to part 3. If you want to know what this guy was saying about Daniel Dubois' father, what he was saying about Don Charles, and then at the end of it saying about Daniel Dubois is going to get knocked the fuck out. He's going to lose badly. He's like, AJ's too good. And then he has to eat his words. And even now, guys, he's still not apologized for his comments. So make sure you watch those videos. Rip Spencer Fearon, guys. The guy's like an idiot, in my opinion. Just a fucking woman gossiper. But I'm not going to get into all that in this video. But he spread a lot of the rumors. And a lot of people started thinking, yo, Don Charles was sick. It came out that he was very ill. And there was an interview done on TalkSport where he was coughing and sneezing. And he was just wanted to stay away from Daniel Dubois due to his health. And he knew he would make it by the fight day. But nah, people had to jump on the bandwagon that, yo, his trainer split up. And it's madness, guys. I think this, again, remember the art of war tactics. This is how the art of war works, guys. You lure your enemy in. You lure Team AJ in. You lure Spencer Fearon in. You lure all these pundits in. And say, no, they got a bit of riffraff. But really, guys, behind closed fucking doors, you're training to murder a guy. You're looking to do a demolition job on someone. And that's what they did, guys. The art of war. Let them think you're losing, but don't tell them what's really going on. That is the art of war. And then when it's time, guys, you rip their hearts out of their chests. And then it's a massive shock. I wasn't shocked, guys, because I saw all this happening. I've done a lot of breakdowns on this, but let's continue.
Yeah, I mean, I got to hear them, of course. I was in my sick bed. My team, that matters. No one else matters. My team, Daniel's father, the fighter Daniel, my team, my whole entire team, Ian Dewberry, Kieran Farrell, Tony Pill, Gaddafi, Samuel Eto'o, everybody knew that I was ill. My team. I didn't know that it was anyone's business to know. Yeah, it's not something you got advertising, I'm ill. No, I'm ill. And coincidentally, the way the Lord has it, we'd done a successful camp We finished the camp on a Friday. On a Sunday, I fell ill on a Sunday. So the timing, if there was any time to get ill, it was then, okay? And so the wise thing to do, I called Daniel's father, I said, by the way, I don't feel too well. We both decided, when it comes to it, the most sensible thing to do was to stay away from Daniel, the fighter, and the team, because I could give it to somebody and then pass it on to Daniel, yeah? So it was decided. Obviously, in the fight week, there's a lot of media obligations that the fighter has to do, and the training is normally trimmed down anyway to mere 20% of training every day from Monday to Thursday. Then it doesn't do anymore. So it was decided. We decided that I stay away, so I don't give the fighter I have a bad flu.
So guys, look, I'm just going to quickly interrupt here and I'll let him carry on. This is the type of guy Don Charles is, guys. He decided to not go towards the fighter, be around the fighter, even though he might have wanted to, because he was ill. And he could have possibly passed that on to Daniel Dubois, which could have affected his chances in the fight. So being smart, he's told his dad, I'm not going to do it, blah, blah, blah. But guys, the narrative got spun by Mr. fucking Spencer Fearon and a lot of other people that nah, they've got riffraff going on. They've got issues, blah, blah, blah. The negative talk started. But really, as Don Charles is saying, yeah, he was shocked that my whole team knew I was ill. So that's an issue with us. Why is everyone talking about it? And guys, that little thing, I remember every single person talk sport. Oh, what's going on with Don Charles? Even AJ was probably asking him in the press conference, everything all right? Daniel Dubois goes, yeah, he's going to be there on fight night. And everyone had these questions like, oh, you got shit going on. But really, guys, the guy was just ill. So this is the thing, guys. When you speak too early and you make fucking stupid claims, it comes back and bites you in your fucking ass.
And which would hinder his performance, and which in some cases, if it's as bad as I am, he can't fight. Then that whole show, can you imagine? That would be unforgiving. That whole show, the production, the cost, people who have paid money to book hotel, the promoters, I'll never be forgiven. I couldn't forgive myself, yeah? So it was best to stay away. To my surprise.
So there you go, guys. Look, he's looking at the bigger picture. He's like, even if I can't make it, he would be there on the fight because it's less risk. But if I can't train Daniel Dubois one week before the fight, luckily he's already done his training camp. But it was like a strategic move because the last week before a training camp, guys, your training's done. You're just doing 20%. So someone else on Daniel Dubois' team could run him through that. Kieran or whoever he has, they can run him through that. So it worked out perfectly. And Dan Charles was thinking about the bigger picture. He's like, look, if I train Daniel Dubois and he got ill and we have to call this fight off, look, everyone's going to be pissed off and he wouldn't be able to forgive himself. So look at it, like, again, that's why he wasn't there. It had nothing to do with some riffraff bullshit. That's what you don't know, guys. When you start speaking and you don't know the true facts, that's when you get caught off guard. When you think, he's got riffraff going on, he's a Dumbo, he's slow, he's this, his dad does black magic, they can't beat Anthony Joshua because of iniquity. Fucking Spencer Fearon, the motherfucker. That's what happens, guys. You get real guys who literally are just ill and just did what they're supposed to do, and it came back to bite your fucking ass.
There's a lot of clowns on this planet. A lot of clowns on this planet. They, with no foundation, they felt to go and put out some, as former President Trump would say, fake news, yeah? That there's been a fallout. Honestly, it was unbelievable because I was so ill. There was no, I'm a guy who I would have got on the phone and I was so weak, man. I thought, why are people this wicked, why, and I did eventually, TalkSport called me, Jim White, he called me I was really late at night,
Just to gonna interrupt again, look at what he's saying, guys. Just imagine this, you're a trainer, you've trained your fighter, and like you just fall ill last week of the fight. It could happen to any trainer, and you just want to stay on the low. You're like, you told your fighter, look, I'll see you on the fight day because I'm not risking it. You've made arrangements. You're ill now. You're really bad. You're weak. You're struggling, and then somehow you start getting messages like through your phone saying, you've split up, you've got issue with this. He's talking about clowns there, and we know who the fucking clown is. I've exposed that mother geezer. I've exposed him, and there's a few others I probably will look to expose. But just imagine that, and you're looking at it, and you're like, you watch the video or something, and you hear some guy like Spencer Fearon just chatting out of his arse, and you're just looking at that and saying, yo, why are people so wicked like this? Like, there's no foundation, there's no proof. And he's just trying to he's got no energy to really even go back at him. And the fight's around the corner, but he talks now that he did go on Talk Sport just to clear it up. But it's fucked, guys. Like, I think this guy is quite elderly. I think he's in his 60s. He's a good trainer. He's been around for a while, Don Charles. But I do like the way he carries himself, in my opinion. But just imagine that, man. That's a filthy thing, guys. Like, getting people talking bad about you, talking crap about you, and you've got to fight. It's fucked, guys, in my opinion. It's not a filthy thing, guys, to go through before a fight, man, for anyone or for any trainer. But yeah, that's what some clowns do. They make this negative BS up.
Persuaded me to be heard, to clarify that I will be there. Yeah, so I just wanted to be able to rest as much as I could. Then on fight night, highly unlikely I'm going to infect him, because it takes about 48 hours to contract something like that before it actually kicks in. So we took that chance that on fight day, it doesn't matter, I'm going to be there, win the fight. God forbid if he gets ill now, then it's okay. So that was our decision, and then everybody got blown out of context or out of proportion. It's ridiculous.
Have you spoken to Spencer Fearon about that?
So watch this now, guys. Look, as he just said, yeah, just look at this guy's face. I'm going to go back as well, because I have to play this again. He goes, he got blown out of proportion. It's ridiculous. Now, the guy who's interviewing him asks, as I said, I've already exposed this Spencer Fearon. I don't know, the type of man this guy is. I don't know how people listen to this guy. Like, this is defamation, in my opinion. I think Spencer Fearon thinks he's chilling. Like, I can say what I want, guys. What he said is ridiculous. Check my video out again, the black magic shit, the stuff he said about Don Charles, and the fucking lies he spread. Watch how this trainer asks Don Charles about Spencer Fearon, and watch his reaction. Watch the man's eyes, guys. This is when you know, like, this is personal. So watch Don Charles.
Oh, that was our decision, and then everybody got blown out of context or out of proportion. It's ridiculous.
Have you spoken to Spencer Fearon about that?
Right. Before we started this, I should have told you I don't want to hear that name. Ever. Yeah, ever. It's personal.
Guys, look at that. Look at Don Charles, guys. From what I know, Don Charles, from what the things I've looked at him, he's a good trainer, guys. He's trained this fighter. But when you start making BS claims, guys, black magic, Don Charles has got riffraff, you chat out your ass like a woman, and you say all this bad stuff about Don Charles before the fight, this Don Charles ain't happy about this. Like, Don Charles is not happy about Spencer Fearon, man. And Spencer Fearon needs his fucking ears clipped, man. Someone needs to fucking just stick it on that guy when they see him, because he can't keep getting away with this, man. He can't keep getting away with this. He's been doing it for years, man. Spencer Fearon, someone needs to go up to that geezer and just stick it on him. Like, or just why do people even listen to him? Boycott Spencer Fearon, because it's disgusting, man. The type of stuff he's doing, trying to get some sort of advantage for AJ or whatnot. I ain't got nothing against AJ, but it's just ridiculous what that guy did, man. And I don't want to spend more time talking about that fucking imbecile. Let's just carry on.
Okay, we'll leave that one there. On the fight itself, I said to you, Daniel was so relaxed. You could see that in the ring walk. It looked like he had control of his environment. And the whole show really it's Anthony Joshua at Wembley Stadium. Daniel, the champion, walked first, was on the B side of the post. Now I understand that Anthony Joshua was a huge commercial draw. The fight was actually made before Daniel was upgraded to full world champion. So the public have been complaining about that actually, but I understand the economics.
And so do I.
Yeah.
So just to touch on, guys, Daniel Dubois had to walk into the ring first and AJ came in second. Now look, I get it as well. Like, Don Charles ain't complaining about that as well. They're like, you know what, AJ is a bigger name, so calm. But guys, just look at it from AJ's point of view. This is a different topic. Why the hell was AJ walking second? If AJ is really the challenger, then this might have affected AJ's performance. He might have just overlooked fucking Daniel Dubois to be a joke. Daniel Dubois is holding the belt, AJ walked in with the Godfather music after, like, I'm the Don. Wrong mindset, in my opinion. AJ needed to come in there like, gave the respect to Daniel Dubois. If I'm AJ, I know AJ could do this if he wanted to. If AJ really wanted to, if he's got the character about him, he'd still get paid more than Daniel Dubois. But he would say to Daniel Dubois, I'll come in first, you come in second. Because if AJ's got the mentality shift to know that, yo, I am the challenger in this fight, then he switched on. But then when the egos and people's teams and names and get stuff involved, people are like, nah, you've got to put Joshua's name first. I get it from a commercial point of view. The team gets it. But it's just a point I want to put out there. I just think that was a bit weird seeing AJ come in second. He ain't even the champion and he's supposed to be the challenger. And then obviously you seen what happened. He got his ass whooped.
So I don't think...
We're good with that. We don't have a problem. It's not right, okay? It's not right. In principle, it's not right. But we understand and accept that. Joshua is the draw. Worldwide, whoever he fights, he is the draw. So yeah, no, I totally understand that.
There you go, guys. John Charles ain't got a problem with it. It makes sense. Like, the team's not crying about it. 100% AJ is the draw. But what I'm saying is, for AJ's mentality, what is AJ gonna, in the rematch, AJ gonna walk in first? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be a rematch. Obviously, we don't know if that's gonna happen yet. If it happens, which I've advised not AJ to do it. You check my video out why I think AJ shouldn't do it. But let's just say there is a rematch. Is AJ fucking walking in second again? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going to happen there? But that's down to AJ's team. But yeah.
But regardless of all that, from the first bell, when he landed that first jab, Daniel, and that was a big narrative going into the fight, whoever lands that first telling shot, he was the boss in there when everyone thought Anthony was going to be the boss, Dom.
That's why I never listen to people. Everybody, they've got their opinion. They could have got it right. But how wrong did they get it? Literally, the general public, the general concept, people are sheep. This world, the human behavior, they behave like sheep. Yeah? You say something and people pick it up and they spread it. And they don't actually have their own brain to examine it. Yeah, they'll just regurgitate and repeat what they've heard rather than examining it. So the vast majority of the world population behave like that.
Bang on, guys. I was saying the exact same thing throughout the fight week. Like, I watched this fight, guys. I've done my predictions and everything, and I agreed with Don Charles' mindset. When I saw this fight, trust me, I was always rooting for Dubois, but I put my biases out, and I said, look, AJ 60% most likely going to win, Dubois 40%. But I did say after I've done my breakdown, I said, you know what, I'm going to be rooting for Daniel Dubois here, because, the reason I'm rooting for Daniel Dubois is I hated it, guys. I'm on, obviously, I've got my YouTube channel, Clown Fighter. I do try to put content out. And I do subscribe to a lot of different channels, boxing channels, UFC, combat sports. I do listen to a lot of people. And when I used to just go through the comments, too many people, guys, it was ridiculous. Like, the way they were making Daniel Dubois seem like, I've done loads, like he's Bubba from Forrest Gump. The guy's slow. Daniel Dubois is going to be fucking left unconscious. He's going to get killed. AJ 6 rounds easy. AJ 4 rounds. Joking for AJ. And these people that were saying it, yeah. And I just sat there and I was just remembering, it's like a week before the fight. I started scratching my chin. I'm like, week or two before the fight, I'm like, hang on. Your guy might get fucked here now. Because it was like, I can't explain it. It was like Daniel Dubois is going to be easier than Francis Ngannou. That's the vibe I was getting, and I was like, hang on. If you look at it on paper, AJ's last fight was an MMA fight. Before that, it was Otto Wallin. Not really good fights. No one stuck it on him. And Daniel Dubois coming here with one thing to do. AJ might take this a little bit too easy, because even AJ in the build-up was disrespecting Daniel Dubois, in my opinion. Trying to little brother him, telling him, I'm going to smack a chair off your face. Just thinking he's the better fighter. And that was his fucking downfall. And every man on his fucking ground were on AJ's nuts, guys. I'm telling you, man, there's channels out there. I don't want to go for the exposures right now, but I'm telling you, man, look at some of these boxing channels you follow, and watch the comments, guys. Everyone's at AJ's ass. Even I done a few videos, guys, and people who were trying to rip me like, nah, AJ's gonna kill him, man. What are you talking about? You've got zero boxing knowledge. These people, I've never heard from them again. If I can find them, I'm gonna stick them up. This guy, there's one geezer here, I can't remember his name, but this motherfucker, Udin motherfucker, I've tried to chase this guy down, man. What's his name, man? You know what? I'm going to expose you in this video, because sometimes, guys, I take this shit personal, man. I do take it personal. I'm not in a fucked up way, but, guys, I can't let shit go, man. I'm like, yo, if you're going to rip me, I'm going to keep the receipt. And when the time comes, I'm fucking Liam Nelson in this motherfucker. I don't forget shit. I will get you. of like I will get you back. And that guy was just constantly chatting shit, guys. I'm telling you, man, the type of shit he was saying. I've tried to chase him down a few times. He doesn't respond to me anymore. I know I'm going off topic here, but it's got to be shown, guys. It's got to be shown. If you know this guy, you'll see him commenting on a few fucking videos. Where's he gone, the fucking idiot? I think he's deleted his comments, you know. Now here he is, here he is. Look at this mother effer. Comments on all my videos where I was giving a fucking take for Daniel Dubois. I made a video where Daniel Dubois